So our refinery has been built, and now it's time to tidy up after what can only be described as an unexpectedly chaotic construction process. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So, this was a chore and a half, and what I want to do is quickly, kind of at this speed though, no faster than this, go around the world with this particular refinery process. And I want to make sure that I'm not missing any sorters on either side, which is going to take a moment, but it will be worth doing and very relaxing to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And we do have a lot of hydrogen still on the line in the center, and so that's going to slow down the process a lot. Anything I can do to speed that up, I will do. But I'm just trying to keep eyes on all of these sorters and make sure they have been placed properly. Because the blueprint did not cooperate when I first put it down, as you saw. But it looks pretty good on this side. I'll have to check the other side just to be sure as well. Make sure that everything is inputting properly. Now that we have daylight, it's even easier to see just the rhythm of these. You can see the distance between them very cleanly, and it looks pretty dang good. There might be some sorters missing on the inside. I think the inside sorters missing is one of the things that's least likely, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Also, I did get a good suggestion about this splitter, but ooh, it's going to be tough to action it. Let me see. Well, it might not be. Hang on, let me briefly delete this. Okay, thank you for that. It's not good timing, but I appreciate the notification. Let's put, no. Splitter, let's put you... That's not much better. What's it colliding? I think it's probably colliding with the refiner. That would be my guess. Alright, so it was here. I'm going to put it here instead. Not the best, but it will allow me to do what I'm trying to do here. So I'll take it. Alright, let's go ahead and allow that to cycle back around. So the suggestion that I received was to go ahead and have this as an output from the splitter as well. Oh, nice! I did not expect that to work. It's gonna let me go over the piler at level 1 there without bringing it up any higher. That's kind of perfect. So with that, look at that. It let me go right around. I wasn't expecting it to. The piler has really nice geometry, apparently. Look at that. You can really sneak a belt around that level of the piler without having to do any finagling. So that will grab some additional hydrogen off of the line and output a little bit more, hopefully, which will help keep the rest of it clean. Okay, so we've been around one side. Let's double check the other. It's still pretty easy to see. And it seems like... I don't imagine that any splitters are missing on the inside. I really don't. I'll still... I checked last episode to a degree, so I'm not going to repeat that right now, but what I want to see is that enough of this apparatus is running that I can walk away and it won't completely break. This looks good, though. Yeah, this looks good. I'm seeing... We might need to make sure there's enough oil going around, but it seems like there's also enough oil at the moment just because of the sheer amount of hydrogen on the line. So remember, one thing that I'm doing for that is I'm piling the hydrogen up, which is presumably helping, but I don't know for sure that it is. So one thing I could do here is I could add another piler to loosen things up a little bit. I could even technically have... Hang on, do I have the resources I need to make a second piler here? I do. Hang on. I just need to input here. Can I give you any of this hydrogen, or are you completely full? Yeah, you can't go higher than that. I was kind of hoping I could dump some hydrogen there, but I can't. Okay, well, let's see. There we go. I can dump some fuel that... There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, I feel better. So now, let's put those in my inventory. Yeah, that's a very handy habit. I still need to get in the habit of doing that regularly. The shift right click that I mentioned some episodes back, it's just so quick at doing exactly what I need it to do. So we're going to build... Yeah, go ahead and build 2 more. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And what we will do is... Yeah, this is going to be nuts, but it's just trying to get the density of this line up as high as possible so that the whole thing can operate a little better. That's insane. But it's at least working for part of the line here, and you can see a lot of the hydrogen then leaving through that splitter. Now, another way that I can solve it is by having a second offload line. So let's now follow down here and see the point at which it starts to pile up. Looks like right around here. So I might have to just... I might use this spot to do it. Let's do this real quick. I'm going to delete you two. And it looks like we can also delete those lines, no problem. So with those deleted, a couple of things I can do here. Same as before. First of all, that third splitter is going to go right, or not splitter, but piler is going to go right there. Can I place it even a little bit earlier, perhaps? Let me try. Since the geometry on these is so good. Well, maybe not. Or maybe that is better, but... Let's see. The next one... Alright. It might let me get away with this. Let's try it. This is what I didn't think would work before, so I just replaced the splitter, but maybe it'll do it. Maybe I can actually make this work. Yes, I can. Excellent. Alright, so here we'll have a second export line. And now the only problem we're going to face from this point forward is taking enough hydrogen out of this particular planet's storage. That spitiform stalagmite. Perfect. Interesting. I can just bring it up this way. Although, if I try to follow the entire line, it'll never work. So the best way to do it is just to do a more traditional lift. So let's do that. So we have the hydrogen literally right over the spiniform stalagmite here. It looks like we are deviating slightly, but I can use the spiniform stalagmite line to keep it straight, for the most part. So yeah, the challenge at this point is just going to be offloading enough hydrogen so that this nonsense works. Which, you know, might not happen right away. Might take a minute. Alright, so this particular line here, we have hydrogen coming in from the other direction. Now I need to finish the line right here so that it can actually connect. So it's mostly following the spiniform stalagmite where I built it previously. And now we are offloading glorious amounts of hydrogen. Might take a moment for all of these to kick in. A lot of these are still waiting to be able to put hydrogen on the line. So let's do one more pass around the planet. I'm not going to build anymore, but what I want to see is how much is the hydrogen still piling up? It's still a lot. So let's look at the power situation. All right, so now we're over consumption demand. So we need to make sure we can fix that before any more time passes. How are we doing over here? Are we good on these? Looks like we're good on these, but I can probably build a few more at this point. I don't have any on me at the moment, though. Did I not set this planet up to import any... I can't recall if I set this planet up to import any dark matter or antimatter. They had to make the antimatter black, didn't they? Just so that we would, or I even, they did it to spite me, would constantly make that mistake. Okay, there's actually not another import here. It's just the one tower. Okay. So, decisions. Do I expand these a little bit and then head off and see what other shenanigans we can create as we prepare to build the Dyson Sphere? Because we're more or less ready now that we have all these resources. Yeah, see? This is what I was talking about. It's full. It's completely full of hydrogen. So that probably means power consumption is going to drop in the next little while. But as long as things are still running on this line over here, that's actually... Am I looking at the local planet? Yes, I am. All right, consumption demand is still pretty high, despite the fact that the line's completely frozen up. So what that means is that a number of them might still be running. Let's go ahead and bring some of this into my inventory. When we get back to Alpha Andromeda 2, I will do a fresh inventory dump because I think I'm overdue on that. Okay, there is a clear opportunity here to add another row to this, so I can do that too. Okay, so these require iron, basically. Perfect. So it's really just the iron and the... Yeah, these are going to take a while. I'll build a few of these and then probably head off and do other things with my time. But we can get a little bit more power going here on the surface and feel like we've been helpful. That's what matters. All right, we do have sorters in our inventory. Perfect. So now let's just space these out properly. Space those properly. That went a little bit more smoothly than last time, didn't it? Feels like it did anyway. Space those properly. Do I have any more? Yes, I have 4 more, so let's build more. Perfect. And perfect. We still have 5, so one thing I'm going to do right here is go ahead and start placing new ones down. Let's change the spacing because we can. We have 6 now. They say they have no fuel, but we can change that very quickly. And I can delete that tailing end there. All right, so it does seem like these new power plants are chewing up this resource pretty quickly, which is, I mean, it's what I want them to do, for sure. Let's see if it starts to pile up at all. It does seem like it's piling up a little, which is good. I still want it to be able to build up in this planet's inventory. So, yeah, let's build a few more of these. At the end of the day, I want this whole apparatus to be fully powered without complaint. Perfect. We had the exact amount necessary. Now, I think another thing we can do on the power front, because I still have a few more building, this is a bit more of an obvious choice, is I can output some hydrogen here and burn off some of it. So that's what I'll do. Let's see, about what distance did I start doing that there? Let's have a little bit of visual uniformity. Yep. All right, so here we will have the beginning of some hydrogen power plants doing the same thing. Let's go ahead and build a row. Where did we start there? Right on that line. Okay. Need them a little bit farther apart. That's fine. A little bit farther there. And yeah, let's start with those 9 and see how this goes. Hydrogen does burn faster as a raw resource. So this will hopefully be helpful. Mind you, while we're doing this, the research that's completing at the moment is research speed itself. Finally making some improvements on that front. Been a while. Might even be the first time. Hang on. That's level 4. Okay, so we've done it before. But you can't really start doing repeated improvements to the research process until the endgame. It's kind of like the endgame techs in Stellaris. Same basic principle. A lot of the technologies at the end of the tree in this are a lot like that. Okay, so in this case, it's being a little weirder. Why is it being weirder? All right, well, I can build the sorters myself. So let's build... hello? Excuse you? All right, let's remove the sorter previews. I'll happily just build them myself. It's not a problem. Ah. I tried to space them out, but it wasn't letting me. Or I felt like... Okay. Let's figure out what's going on here. They need to be that far apart. Okay. I don't know why I couldn't get that to work automatically, but we are still short on power. So I think what's happening right now is the entire thing is kind of locking up. Yeah, what I'm going to have to do here, I do still want to burn off some of that hydrogen. I have to import some antimatter fuel rods. It's going to need to happen. So let's go ahead and do a remote demand for these. They're already on the way. And we will put a line right here where those can be output. And then we will have just a few artificial suns in place. I have one ready to go. We're going to place a Tesla tower right there. We'll delete the rest of the line until more artificial suns are in place, but this one artificial sun should get everything going normally again. So what's happened basically is that, and there we go. All right, that's much better. It's not perfect, but it's better. So now we're burning hydrogen here. Yeah, we're clearly not... As I was about to say, what's happening is these resources are getting so backed up, namely hydrogen here. Yeah, look at this. Because it's not going anywhere. So basically what I need to do at this point, I can get this moving again and probably kind of fix the power situation. Because everything's so backed up, the energetic graphite is no longer flowing because hydrogen is clogged up. So, as a temporary solution to this, until I can have a source for this hydrogen to go, what we can do is set up a storage for the hydrogen that can take some of it and keep it aside, basically. So what I'll do is place some right here. Now, interestingly enough, hang on, I just had an idea. I can actually do a series of storages, all fulfilling the same basic function here, that are designed to... Is it going to let me do this? All right, I have 2 left. Can I build any more? That's the question. I don't have any steel on me. Damn. All right, so let's do those. And here's how we're going to run this. This is going to be for, first of all, let's just do a straight line, please, for hydrogen. Oh, you know what? Hydrogen's a liquid, isn't it? I knew that. I knew that. This is hydrogen, after all. So, hang on. I only have 4 of those. That's... Ooh. Do I have glass? No, I don't have glass. Damn. Okay. It'll still work. It's just not as ideal as I would have hoped. So, same idea. Let's make room for this to come to fruition. Yeah, I see what I can do here. Okay. So this whole thing will feed hydrogen back this way. All right, looks like I'll have to sneak it up a little bit. That's fine. Let's put it here. Oh, DSP, why do you do this? All right, there we go. That's an ugly line. I don't like it. Fixed. It's a little better. We're basically going to have more hydrogen coming into this whole thing than is coming out of it. All right, stop. Not just yet. Maybe the best way to do it for now, to keep it simple, would be to use... Yeah, that's what I'll do. We'll just have a drip. I might even use a more basic level sorter, but I think one way I can do it out of the gate is just use a lot of distance to create the timing. Why are you not building? What is happening? This, I've never experienced this before. Why in the world it's working there, but it's not working here? Is it a latitude thing? Could that be the problem? It is. That's weird. I've literally never had that happen before. It was preventing me from placing this order. But I just want to have that there. And we do need to... Oh, it's powered. Good. All right, there we go. So that's going to drip hydrogen back in. Obviously, we need to build these much higher so that it actually functions for the purpose that I'm building it. But this is pouring hydrogen into these storages rapidly, like quite rapidly, in fact. And I'm going to go ahead and empty this hydrogen I have in my inventory right here. And then sending some back. And you can tell it's still backing up. But at the very least, this is allowing hydrogen to flow in, which will allow, as you have seen here, let's check our power situation. Should be better now. Yeah, so power is now much better. We'll need to come back relatively soon and build the rest of these. But first, now that we've spent 26 minutes doing silly maintenance on this project... Hang on, I forgot about you. Oh yeah, we're just burning off some of the fuel here. And clearly not even that much of it. Alright, seems like it's running a little bit more smoothly now since I've freed up the hydrogen storage, but let's head back to Alpha Andromeda 2. Holy crap, 26 minutes. That took a lot more time than anticipated. But it's necessary because I built that entire refinery world very, very fast. And it's going to produce a lot of hydrogen, especially once I set up worlds that import it. But in the meantime, it's going to be difficult. So let's go back to Alpha Andromeda. I'm going to grab the resources I need to make additional liquid storage. Then I'm going to head back, and I'm going to build up those storages. And then I think what I would like to do is look at my deuterium generation. Where are you? Oh, there you are. I'll look at my deuterium generation on... Alrami, that's the name. I was trying to remember the name that we have our current Dyson Swarm planet set up on. So we need to check out Alrami and make sure that we are... Because we're producing a lot of deuterium there. And if I can import some of the hydrogen... I think it's already set up as a hydrogen import planet, so it might not be the place to do it. It might just be time to go ahead and get our Dyson Sphere platform set up so that we can start preparing to construct that thing. It does seem like we are starting to fill up on some of these resources. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little bit of organization here. Good to go. Got all my iron. Almost said it. Iron. Okay. While the rest of that is coming in, I do have some excess titanium. I have some excess stone. The titanium, I don't think I can do anything with one piece of titanium, can I? No, I need two. I need two, unfortunately, but I can do a lot with some of these other resources I'm sitting on. So let's go ahead and empty these out. And I do actually want to go ahead and grab some additional steel, so I'll hold some of that on hand. Let's go over here. Oh, interesting. Are we backed up on hydrogen again? Yes, we are. That's kind of ironic. So I guess the question is, I have this set up as an export world, don't I? I think I do. Yeah, so this is a remote supply. So we have hydrogen being exported from here, and it's backed up at the moment, so a lot of our refineries are not even working. But if I can start to... Ooh, look at that. We're starting to burn through extra oil. Let's go ahead and drop that there. And also, while I'm looking at the fuel line... I'm going to dump that out. Okay, problem solved. All right, resources for... Wait, anything else I can dump? Yes. Hang on. Let's come over here to our wonderful new proliferator apparatus. Dump that, and that. Perfect. That's better. Do I have any room for a deuterium here? Probably not. Wow. So we basically just need to have a world that's sucking up a ton of hydrogen and making deuterium. And maybe that's Alrami? Maybe we should just go there now, but before I go, I need to make sure that I grab the resources I need to make these. So let's do it. I already have stone and iron ingots. And with that, I should be able to make a ton of those. Perfect. Now I will let the bots bring me some fresh resources. I don't need to make any more of those. You can see them dropping all that off quite effectively. Almost feels like more efficiently than it used to be. Probably because of some of the upgrades that I've achieved recently, which is really nice. All right, how are we doing on power? Power, I'm completely fine. So, tell you what. First things first, let's go. Let's make sure that that storage is working. We're going to do a couple of quick stops before this episode ends. I'm going to go back to Leonis Minoris. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. So let's head back to our refinery world just to build the storage tanks. Because I'm building copious amounts of the mid-warp. Oh, you know what else I can do in mid-warp? I can place those right there. Save a little bit more room. I do still have a bunch of proliferator paint on me, but that's okay. I've got a lot more space in my inventory, and that's what matters. That is indeed what matters. So we're approaching Leonis Minoris. And we're back. Let's fly over here. All right, you can see these are... Thankfully, this is still working. It's still filling up. So, just to make this work even better than it's already working, I'm going to do one more thing before I go. Alright, that's much better. Which is going to seem like overkill, but it's worth it just to let this overflow serve its purpose. So we're going to have another output of hydrogen here. I'm going to bring it around to about right here. And then just have it feeding in. Then I can go ahead and have some additional movement of hydrogen between these as needed. But I still want to limit the output to just that. There we go. So let's check our power situation before we leave. We're absolutely golden, so that's great. I'm not going to waste any more time looking at the proliferators. Now let's head to Alrami before we wrap up. And yes, by the way, if you look at the clock in the bottom right, this episode was due out 10 minutes ago. Sorry about that. I've been working really hard on the Discord, and it's shaping up very nicely, I must say. Just a little bit distracting. Hate to use it as an excuse, but when you see it, you will understand. I dare say, you will understand. So let's go ahead and get to Alrami so we can wrap this up and get this episode online. Alright, Alrami. There, it did it again. That's so interesting. I've never noticed that bug as much as I've noticed it in this particular series. Okay, so a couple of things. Let's take a look at our... Oh, these are completely backed up now. That's wonderful to see. So here's what I need to look at. I'm fairly certain, yes, I am importing hydrogen here for the production of deuterium. And how we doing on power? I'm completely fine on power at the moment. So what I need to do is have additional colliders producing more deuterium. That's one of the main solutions for my current predicament. I have 9 more colliders. Holy crap. Okay. So we're going to build this line all the way around this way. 9 is going to take up a lot of space. Oh, did I just build that the wrong frickin' way? I did. If only there was a button that I could click to fix such a silly mistake. Oh, wait. There is. And it's great. Alright, let's just delete that. Actually, that wasn't necessary, but oh well. As I just demonstrated. And this is the line that needs to come that way. Okay, let's get the rest of those built. Of course, we're going to have some hydrogen sitting at the end of the line for a moment here, but it's fine. Now, mind you, one of the things that I'm seeing... Oh, really? There we go. One of the things that I'm seeing is that the deuterium is backed up here too, so we'll probably need to build additional storage. Oh my god, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thankfully, I have liquid storage, which I literally just brought. So that will help consume some of the hydrogen. It's still not going to solve the problem completely on that planet, but it will slow it down. It will make it a little better, which is enough for me. Alright, so here... Yeah, if I place you right here, that'll cover, I think, everything. It does. Glorious. And I can delete that, probably. Do I have any hydrogen on me to test this? I do. Perfect. Alright, so that line's working. And on that note, I will go ahead and stop this episode here. Holy crap. That was a big jump in power consumption there, by the way. But let's also, before we conclude, let's take a look at one other very important thing, shall we? I do need to build the deuterium storage, which I'll do in the next episode. But, okay, so lens output is not great at the moment. Probably because we just don't have, like, a Dyson Sphere apparatus set up here to speak of. But it looks like we're doing well enough that we're still outputting a fair amount of antimatter. So this could improve. There might be ways to improve it. Who knows? But I'm liking the direction things are going. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button as I yank the microphone cord. Look for the join button to access the emotes, badges, and additional perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon US Eastern Time, except for today's, because Discord. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.